camera's rolling.
Okay, good.
I'm just going to let them roll. And then just try not to move forward too much.
So is this good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, good. Because I do. I tend to.
A little bit, it's fine.
Okay, good. All right, good. So let's just have you start out by introducing yourself. Tell me where we are, who we're with, and a little bit about your life.
How's it going? I'm Nick Zickman. I'm a veteran, OIF1 and OIF2. It all started, I was watching TV one night, and I was watching this thing about these Chinese people who invented this pill. And you take this pill and you regrow your teeth. And I was like, get out of here. So whatever, I went to bed that night. I'm a big believer in God. That's really the only thing I really fear in this world. And I was laughing with him. I said, God, why don't we just prove everybody wrong? Let me wake up with teeth and nobody can question you. And I'm laughing in my head knowing that's not going to happen. So of course I wake up, my teeth are still dentures. It's a little game me and my daughter play. It's pretty disgusting, but funny at this age. But so I just laugh in my head, go about my daily business. And then my wife is watching TV one night and this commercial comes on about Pure Dental and Forever Smile. And she actually got me an appointment to go see him. So I was like, okay, whatever. I go in there, I'm looking around, I'm like, this is very, very fancy. I can't afford any of this. So I sit down, I let them do what they're doing. I don't even bring anything up. I figured they would already know. Wonderful people. And they started talking to me about who I am, about my family, very interested and curious about my life, which is kind of shocking. And I told them I can't afford any of this. You know, I'm here because I heard you guys are doing something for the veterans, and I might be eligible to receive help with my dentures or receive a free set of teeth. And I said it with a smile, thinking it's not real. And the deadline was November 30th. And about a month and a half ago, I got a phone call from this lady, Christina, saying, hey, you should come back in. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be there whenever you want. So I go in there again. I sit down. I'm like, oh, I can't afford any of this. They go bring me in the back. They take my x-rays. They sit me down. Nobody's saying anything about anything. Dr. Vibert comes in. He's like, hey, how's it going, Nick? I'm like, good, how's it going, Doc? He's like, good, how you kids? I'm like, oh, great. I'm telling about Logan and Grace and my daughter. He's like, so, how's it going? I'm like, I don't know, Doc, how's it going? You tell me. And he looked at me and he said, Nick, I want to help you. I was like, what? He's like, I want to help you, Nick. I said, get out of here. What do you mean? He's like, I want to change your life. And at that time, Christina was walking in. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm very handy. I could do anything you want. You know, he's like, no, Nick, I want to help you. And Christina looked at me and she said, Nick, just be quiet. Why can't you understand that some people see more in you than you see in yourself? And I've never, ever been talking to like that. And it changed my life. Like, even if they never did anything to me, just her saying that to me, it had such a huge impact. And right then and there, I thanked God. And I consider her to be my angel. Like, she changed my life. And like I said, nothing has even happened yet, and my life has already improved. Like, I have a denture or whatever, and I just accepted that. Like, okay, this is it. I stopped eating. I stopped living my life just being okay with, okay, this is it. Drop my kid off at school. Oh, look, you know, I look like a crackhead war vet, which isn't the case at all. And that's how I felt. You know, I was embarrassed, ashamed, very, not disgruntled, but the dentist who gave me the denture, he's like, oh, don't worry about it, don't worry. So I went in. He said insurance is going to cover everything. I'm sitting in a chair, local anesthesia, and he ripped out 14 of my teeth. And then took this denture with this glue on it and shoved it in my mouth and said, you got to make sure you try to keep that in there for 14 days. And talk about pain, like that was something. I'm just sitting there watching my teeth and feeling the blood. And this is not made up or dramatic. This is really how it goes. And I just accepted that was going to be my life. I lost at least 20 pounds ever since this happened to me. Like, my desire to go out and do things in the world totally diminished. But ever since Christine told me those words, like, even with my church, I'm part of the security force now. I always wanted to do it, but I was embarrassed and ashamed. Like, oh, who's going to listen to you? You know, like, it really wasn't fair. I felt like my voice was taken away from me. And with that, a lot of other things get taken away too. And I'm just forever grateful for Forever Smile. And I'm not saying that as like a corny little pun. Like, it is so true. And I'm only 40. I thought I was going to have to live my whole life like this. And even if I won a lottery and won $40,000, I have a family. I wouldn't do anything like that for myself. I'd feel guilty. I would feel ashamed. Like, I'm not that important. But for some reason, this stranger doesn't know me from anywhere, just took me. And she told me, Nick, just be quiet. Like, well, who are you? What do you mean? Why can't you realize that some people see more in you than you see in yourself? And like right now, my eyes are getting watery just by telling that story, and it happens every time. Like everywhere I go, I carry this cup, Forever Smile, and I tell them the story just because it's not, oh, look how lucky or great I am. No, it's look how amazing people really are still in this world. And a lot of people, I think, gave up on that, especially with everything going on. I think a lot of people think that there's no point of doing good or being nice because you're not going to get it in return. But myself and I strive with my children and my family to tell them that you put out what you get back what you put out. And this is truly like a testimony of that. This isn't just my story. This is God's story working through me, telling people that things are great and things will always get better. Just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your family. Don't give up on your situation. Like, I have a lot of stories to tell, and this is one of the most beautiful one there is. Like, and I'm extremely grateful for Christina, Dr. Vibert, which is just an amazing guy. I was in there the other day, and the girl was taking a scan of my mouth, and she's like, what are they doing? I was like, I don't really know what they're doing. Hopefully, I'll be happy if he just fixes this one tooth. And she's like, oh no. And then we were talking about him, and she's like, I know, he loves his patients. And this is nothing to hype him up. He loves his patients. Sometimes I got to go into the room and tell him, come on, doc, we got other people to do. He just has that personal connection with them. And I really don't know the man, but the way he talked to me that day and put his hand on my shoulder, I was just speechless, especially coming from another guy that will never erase from my memory. And like I said, I just am totally grateful and willing to do anything and everything for anybody, because it just goes to show that if you do, things will get done. And I don't know, that was just but that's really that's how it went. No, that's just how it went. It's just, she said, Nick, be quiet. Why can't you understand that some people see more in you than you see in yourself? And it was just like, what? Who are you? I don't even know you. And every time I say that, and I tell her on the phone, because we talk every now and then, I get teary-eyed, and I don't think she believes me how much she really meant, like, not meant to me, means to me, and will always mean to me. I tell my wife, and I think she might be a little jealous that I tell her, like, she's my little angel. She's like, oh, what about me? I said, no, she really is. But it all just started, like I said, I was very down, discouraged, and out, and just accepting of everything. Like, this is what it's going to be. I don't even take my teeth out at night. Sometimes they fall out of my mouth and they go somewhere, because my bottom teeth would just cut my gums, and it would just be not blood everywhere, but it would just be very painful, very sore the next morning, and that was my everyday. As far as eating, every time you eat, you got to take them out. It came to the point where it wasn't worth it, honestly. Like, I lost a lot of weight, I lost a lot of desire, a lot of will. And then just out of nowhere, this this lady and this guy walk into my life and say, I want to help you. Like, what? I don't know. It really is mind-blowing and just a beautiful thing that they do. And they're not doing it for me. They're just doing it because I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe they could tell me.
They're doing it for you, Nick.
He said, I want to change your life. Like, nobody does that for people. And I would never do it for myself. And this is the most beautiful part of it. I would never do it for myself. I would never do it. If it wasn't for Dr. Vibert and Christina, then I would never do it. I could win the lottery and I still wouldn't do it for myself, because I would feel guilty. Oh, you're not worth it. You're not this. But her words that day, it gave me something that nothing else ever could. no book you read, nothing. A complete stranger touching your shoulder and saying, Nick, just be quiet. I want to change your life. And she is. Without even doing anything, just those words did. Like, I'm a better person because of her. And like I said, I always strive to be a good person, do this, do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. But just to actually ask and to receive, you just know is something much more powerful than you. So, just never stop trying to try, really. And like, I carry this cup not because I can't afford a cup or because I want to promote their, but I carry this cup as a testament of these people are amazing. I tell this story everywhere I go, not because they want me to or they're asking me to, because it's part of my heart. Look what people will do if you just don't give up. And I know too many people who give up. 26 veterans die. Well, 26 veterans kill themselves every single day. That's a lot of people. Because they give up. And why should they keep fighting? They already fought, and then they come home, and then everybody gives up on them. They get thrown into a system that does not work. They get thrown into families that don't understand what they've been through, and they have no other option. It becomes a point in a veteran's life, if they don't get the correct help, they feel like they're a burden and an inconvenience to society, and the best thing that they could do is to get rid of themselves and be with their brothers. And it's not the way it should be. It's really not. Too many good men die every day. What we're protecting are the people who aren't worth protecting. Now that's a question for everybody to answer on their own individual level. Like, did the world get so twisted that we forgot what's important and what's right? I don't know. It's just very passionate and very heartfelt. Like, there's so many things going on that aren't fair and aren't just. And for these people to do this for me, I'm just this little shit. And it's amazing. But now I feel like I have my voice back. Now it's time for me to do what I'm supposed to do with my voice. It's so crazy. And it all started, I went to buy a car from this guy, Reggie Warner, talking to this idiot for hours and hours and hours on OfferUp. No, don't get this car, blah, 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 blah. So I go with my wife, she's pregnant, and Logan, to go get the car. Walking up the driveway. Okay, this guy's got nice shoes. No, he must have a lot of money. And then some other guy in the back of the car. The story all comes together. I'm like, oh, he must be cleaning everything out. No, he had a blanket. I walk up to the car. I'm like, that's not the fucking car. Get him, stick that motherfucker. He takes a knife, tries to stab me. So I grab the knife, jump to the ground. And now I'm wrestling him. He throws a blanket on top of me. So now he has me in a chokehold. I'm yelling for my wife, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here. True story. Get the fuck out of here. Stick him, get that. Stick him. I'm just holding him, and then all of a sudden I can't breathe anymore. So then I start fighting back, and I rip his fingers off, and I break his fingers, and I grab the other guy by the balls. And I'm like, it's real fuzzy here. Why is it? I didn't know there was a blanket. So then I'm fighting, I'm making a scene. They can't do nothing, so they push me and take off. I hop in the car, I'm all bloody. I was like, oh my God, what happened? I said, call the fucking police, call the police. So she calls the cops. I'm like, I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. And the cop said, pull over right now. So I pull over. And just by chance that night, there's an undercover car, cop car, coming this way. He comes up, I get out of the car, I'm telling my story, I'm very animated. He doesn't believe me. He's like, what? And then all of a sudden, here comes Reggie driving by. There's that motherfucker right there, get him. The cop goes and pulls him over. He pulls over a little to the side, he gets out, starts running. Takes my wallet out of his pocket, thinking it's his. Takes his wallet out of his pocket, thinking it's mine. Starts throwing his shit everywhere. So his ID and everything, blah, blah, but that's not that I caught him. The cops actually did a great job. They had the helicopters and everybody out real quick. And they caught him. Reggie Warner. He just got out of jail a few months ago for doing the same thing with a gun. But this time, it stuck harder because the knife was opened and they could prove that he had intent. So, and it just all goes together because I'm telling Christina when I first met her about this story, and her husband is actually a corrections officer. So it all interlinked. So you can never give up or challenge or cry to God about, oh, why me? And I tell my wife all the time, it's never for you. Everything happens in your life for a reason. And that's what I was trying to get at with that story. Because if it wasn't for Reggie, then maybe Christina wouldn't have took such a liking when she went home and talked to her husband about the situation. You know what I mean? Like, so everything that happens, you can never be like, poor me, oh, why? No, everything happens for a huge, greater thing. And it's so beautiful that, I don't challenge God. I tell him, like, okay, whatever you're going to do, you're going to do. And I know you're going to guide me through it, whether I wanted to or not. No matter how many challenges I faced, I always face them with an open heart and open hands. And I've always conquered them. Not because I'm cool or tough or anything like that, just because I know. And I have full faith that that is the journey that you're supposed to be on. Like, if that didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. If I didn't go to that bullshit dentist to rip my teeth out, I would have never entertained making that prayer. Then I would have never, my wife would have never even seen that commercial, and none of this would have happened. Everything happens for the greater reason. I don't know what that is, but I'm along for the ride, and I love it. Like, it's just real. No matter what you want to think or say, it is real. I live it.
Well, that greater reason was and is to give you back what you lost.
Right? Just everything.
So you can go forward and be a force in this world.
That, and I feel like that's what I want to do, and that's what I should do, but it's just, I'm so timid. Oh, who's going to listen to me? Look at this crackhead. Look at, and I was never a crackhead. You know what I mean? Like, I was an alcoholic when I got out of the military, but never, ever. But it doesn't give me justice, and I gave up on myself, but I never gave up on God, and then I guess he just challenged me. Like, I lost my brother, I lost my mom. Everybody goes through loss, you know what I mean? It's about how you deal with it and handle it. But the day that Christina talked to me like that, nobody said anything like that to me since my mother was alive, and it just sparked this fire under me that I am worth it. I am okay. Like,
Somebody believes in me even though they don't know me.
Yeah, it's a complete stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, just be quiet.
That's hard.
Why can't you understand that some people see more in you than you see in yourself? What? Who are you? You don't even know me. Get out of here. Like, that is beyond words for anybody to comprehend.
Did she explain to you about the veteran program?
Yeah, she did.
What did she tell you about it?
She told me that they randomly interview veterans and they pick one to receive free implants. And I was like, what do you mean free? It's going to cost me a couple $1,000, no big deal. She said, no, Nick, 0. I'm going to change your life. I said, what do you mean you're going to get out of here? Like, you don't even know me, you know? And now I took such a liking to this lady. Like, now we're joking with each other. Like, what do you mean free? And she comes over, we're talking. She gives me this bag. She's like, hey, I like to call this the diaper bag. And I tell my wife the story. My kid knows the story too. But she said, yeah, here's some mouthwash. You're going to use this once a day for a week before your surgery. And then this is a diaper. You're going to come in with this on. And my wife, she said, don't you dare say, I said, yes, the diaper bag. You're going to come with this on. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a nurse. You may pee yourself, you might even poop yourself, but I'm not changing it. And I just started dying laughing. I said, this is my woman right here. Like, this is the uncut version of what real people should be. A sweetheart, a caring, loving person who knows what they're doing and talking about. She didn't try to sell me anything, didn't try to bullshit me in any way. She was just 100% pure and just honest, and like I said, I still don't believe it. I even told her the other day, I said, even if nothing happens, just know you already changed my life. And I told her, and I know it sounds corny. Again, I am forever grateful for Forever Smile. Like, it is just a relief knowing that I can be presentable, which sounds so pathetic in this world today. Like, I'm sure 100 years ago this wouldn't be a problem. But ever since, like, the Kardashians and Jersey Shore, society just totally lost their shit and don't even know how to live. And it's pretty sad that that's what these kids are growing up with as, like, their standards or their role models. Like, it's sad, but I feel like this is happening to me, so I can have my voice back, and I can stand up for myself and my family and protect the people again.
It's not even just the perfect white teeth.
No, I don't even care. I don't even want perfect white teeth, because I'm like, that looks so unnatural. I was like, I'll let them do whatever they want to do, you know, but
it's the quality of life and all the eating, right?
Yeah, 20 pounds at least I lost. Like, I had to go on a scale to get my blood work done, and I was embarrassed. And I knew I was losing weight. I knew I was losing muscle. I didn't know that much. And then you really started looking in the mirror. I was like, wow, I look like I came out of a POW camp. And I'm not saying that to be funny or anything. It really does. My tattoo's shrunk. It's disgusting. And like I said, with everything else going on, you don't even realize it. Because I just accepted it. Like, I just accepted it.
How long have you had the dentures?
About almost 2 years now.
And you lost the weight since you got them?
No, yes. Like, immediately. Like, and not even just with that, you know, we're sort of kind of young. My wife, she's like, oh my God, my husband has dentures. You know, just a whole embarrassment thing that is, you know, like I go out to dinner, I schedule my day around not isolation, just things where I don't have to interact. Like, I'll take my kid out during like the off hours, so there's not a lot of people there. Like, it's hindering. My speech is different. If I sneeze real hard, my teeth will come out. I'm not even kidding. Like, or if I'm driving, I'll put them on my lap and I'll get out of the car, they fall in a puddle. Like, this is real shit that happens. And if you have dentures, I'm sure you understand exactly what I'm talking about. You'll go to sleep, you'll wake up, they'll be like over there somewhere. I gotta leave my house, I got my wallet, I have my cell phone. Oh shit, I forgot my teeth. Fuck, I gotta go back in. And this is an everyday thing. It's real.
What happened when you said you had lost the last tooth that you lost?
Yeah,
And that was.
I lost this tooth. My kid goes to Kid Strong, a great program, whatever, blah blah blah. And afterwards, we go next door and we have frozen yogurt. And other parents do as well. We don't really go with them, but everybody's in there. I'm eating frozen yogurt with my kid. Frozen yogurt. And my tooth just falls out. I'm like, no, it did not. And it's like right here in my throat. And just a lot of people. And I'm already inside my head like, oh my God, you know, blah, blah, blah. And now I gotta go like try to catch it. And I put it inside of my mouth, up my cheek, and finish my frozen yogurt till we get outside. Logan, he's looking at me. He knew something was going on. He's smart. He's like, what was going on, Daddy? And I go, I said, I lost my freaking tooth, dude. He's like, oh no. And it was funny, but it's not funny. It's not funny. Like, and it's not like I don't brush my teeth or anything. Like, I don't know what the problem is. The dentist said I have very strong gums, but very weak teeth. I don't know what that means, but very embarrassing all around. Especially with a 4-year-old and a little 18-month-old daughter. It's very embarrassing. Like, me and her have a little game we play where I'll put my teeth out and she'll go to grab them. You know, which is cute and all right now when she's little. But okay, take her to the father-daughter dance. Like, no, you're not even going to that because you're embarrassed and you don't want to embarrass her. What, her friends are going to make fun of her? Because, oh, your dad has dentures, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just your oral health, it's your everyday life. It's an everyday thing that affects not just me. Like, personally, me, I'll be okay, I'll survive anything, but it's not fair to my family. Like, they're beautiful families, and they got this monster over here. His teeth just fall out when he sneezes. Like, that's real too, you know, but it's not things that don't happen. This is an everyday thing. Like, it's always in the back of your head. And then when you start talking, you're like, oh my God, you know, you try to talk where you're covering it. It's such a hindrance on your life. Like,
So you probably can't even imagine what
no,
impactful change that's going to have in your life in all these areas: your health, family, self-esteem.
I already told my wife, like, oh my God, you know what's gonna happen now? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm gonna have to start planning for the future. I just got like 20 years given back to me, and it's true. It really is. Like, I was always just a blah, you know, it doesn't matter here and now. But I see a future now. Like, I'm not saying like I didn't care before. I always cared, especially when it came to my kids. But now it's practical. Now it's, oh, you're not stuck at this job because you're already comfortable there, and you don't need to take a step and meet new people because you're embarrassed and ashamed. Now I have the wind beneath my sails to do anything, try anything I ever wanted to try, and I don't have to be held back by the judgment of even, and it might be all in my head. Let's just say it's all in my head and people just see me as a normal person. Now I get to go out there with the confidence that I haven't had in forever, and like my heart was always good and pure. And I'm not saying that because that's something I strive on because I know I lack in other areas. So I'm like, oh, but now to almost be complete, it's everything else is just easy, you know. Everything else is secondary. Oh, you got to start eating again, start working out again, which is things that I've wanted to do forever, but there was just no desire. I wouldn't say depression, just a total understanding and just okay, this is what it is. Stop trying for yourself, and why don't you work harder for other people? And there's no satisfaction in that in the long run. Like, you may get the moments of, oh, wow, but when you look in the mirror and you see a monster, no matter what you do, it really doesn't help.
It's unbelievable. You're doing amazing.
No, it's real.
It's real. I just want to go back to the veterans program that you're a part of. So tell me about what kind of help, if any, that you got from the military when you left to help you with your dental.
With my dental, absolutely none. I went there numerous times and said, we're sorry. We can't do anything for you. We don't help veterans with dental unless you're 100% disabled, which means you can't have a job. You pretty much you're on the government system. It's just a whole thing. And I've had teeth falling out. No, we can't do anything. You can't just put a filling in. No, you can't. I'm sorry. If you want, you can go to St. Charles, I believe the hospital is, and once a year they have a thing where they'll have their interns practice on the veterans. So I did that once, and he was an intern, and I'm not talking bad, thank God for the program, whatever, it's great for people to learn, but you're pretty much saying, here, take a vet, go practice on him, it doesn't matter what happens, because that's exactly what happened to me. Yeah, it's like, okay, thank you for your service, here, we're gonna have Joe Schmo go take the drill and go in your mouth. Tell me if it hurts though, okay? So you can do it better on somebody who's paying.
So it makes you even feel worse about yourself.
It just goes back to the reiterated, conception that you have in your head. You're disposable. You're a number. You're just whatever. Right. Goodbye. Too bad, so sad. Like, absolutely no help from the VA when it comes to dentures, dental, anything. Nothing. They won't even see you. They won't even give you an X-ray on your mouth.
Unbelievable.
And there was a time when I was away at a program, and I had a very bad tooth problem, and they still wouldn't do anything because I wasn't 100%. Meanwhile, I was stuck at a VA facility. So you have no options. Just deal with it. Deal with it. Oh, okay. Just deal with it, asshole. And that's pretty much what you get.
Are you okay talking about your experience in the military, your service? Tell me military, or what your rank and your...
Yeah, sure. I actually... I want to blow my nose.
You want to take a break?
No, not really a break. I just want to blow my nose.
Yeah.
Bunk bed. She wanted to go up, and I'm like,
Ah.
No,
No,
I
I
want
want
right
a
off the top.
bed. It's not a bunk bed.
It's a bunk bed. It's all blocked.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a veteran program, obviously.
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
hear about, if you're okay talking about it,
Yeah,
talk
I'll
about
say whatever.
anything
Yeah,
you're
I'll
not
say,
okay
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, or that's fine. So,
You want to...
you're good. You're okay.
All right. So I joined the Army when I was in my 11th year of school. They have a program called the Split Up Program, where that summer, in your 11th grade summer, you go away to boot camp, and then you come back to school and finish your senior year as a reservist. So I was at Fort Taunton in New York. My mom would drive me there every other weekend. She loved doing it. Wonderful lady. We had a great time doing it. And so my senior year, I just finished school. I really didn't have to do too much because everything was already taken care of. I was already going to the military. And then I graduated, and then I went off to I went off to AIT, Advanced Individual Training, in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And then I went to Fort Benning in Georgia for airborne training. And then I got stationed in Bamberg, Germany, which was great. I was a young kid living in Germany, having a great time. And I was actually excited to get deployed. We found out we were getting deployed on Valentine's Day, actually. So I was in the 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One they call it, 1/6 Field Artillery, cross-trained infantry, and we were actually deployed. We were one of the first ones over in Iraq at Fob Gabe in Bakuba, Iraq, and it was a lot. We were in OAF 1 and the beginning of OAF 2. When we first got there, the general orders were anything dressed in black, shoot to kill. By the time we were leaving, it was show, shout, shove, shoot. Like, you have to show your weapon, yell at them, then you can hit them with your weapon. Meanwhile, your buddy's getting blown up, but those are the rules of engagement. Show, shout, shove, shoot. So you could see pretty much how that whole went. Like, we were training the Iraqi National Guard, the ING. So we went there with our regular desert uniforms because we didn't have new uniforms yet. So we'd slowly supply them with all our old uniforms and old weapons. And as we're doing that, you're pretty much creating your own homegrown terrorist force. You're giving them all your uniforms so nobody knows who's who. You're letting them all on a forward observation base, or FOB. You know, they're counting their paces to each tower, you know, filling up sandbags. We hire them to do little bullshit jobs. But, I don't know if you could use any of that. It's supposed to be like, oh, I proudly served, and yeah, so, I was in the 1st Infantry Division, 6th Field Artillery. We were deployed to Bakuba, Iraq, in Fob Gabe. From there, we went across the Euphrates River, the Jordan River, all these things that are so beautiful and blah, blah, blah. And they were very beautiful. But, you know, we also, war is war. You know, I was one of the first ones over to Fallujah, on the job. Voluntarily, I volunteered. I was a young kid. My name's Nicholas, and I know it sounds stupid, but it always stuck with me. It means victory of the people. And that's why when I got out of the military, I had a lot of survivor's guilt. And that will consume a person. I don't care how strong you are. I didn't think I was supposed to be alive. I didn't really want to. I was never going to take my own life, but it really stuck with me. Until I went to the VA and met this lady, Naher. I can never say her name right. And she was an intern. And she was Muslim. And everybody was talking so bad about her, and me and her built such a relationship because we had the understanding that we're all just humans and nobody has the right to tell anybody how to live. And that's what every conflict is. It's somebody telling somebody what they're doing is wrong or this or that. I'm not saying it right, man. So I was deployed to Bakuba, Iraq in 2004, 2005, OAF 1 and 2. There we served as the 1st Infantry Division, 6th Field Artillery. We were all cross-trained infantry, did a lot of missions, a lot of honorable. I was a gunner on a 249 squad automatic machine gun, 50 cal. I was pretty much always on a tank or a turret. And we did a lot of wonderful things you would consider, you know. That's not right either. You know, you can't get back there. Well, and then there's one day, a personnel transporter truck flipped over because the guy didn't have night vision goggles and killed 14 soldiers because they drowned in a little ditch. And they all got letters home saying, oh, your son died so honorably. Oh, he's such a hero. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. But, you know, this is a dental recording. You know, it has nothing to do with any of that. All right. Just, yeah, I got it. So, I was a specialist in the United States Army. I was deployed in OAF 1 and OAF 2. In Bakuba, Iraq, we went to Fallujah, on the Jaf, Berit, did many convoys, a lot of transportation convoys, a lot of raids, missions, a lot of stuff, a lot of cool things that you would think that a child joining the military would want to do. You know, not so much. Nah, that's not right either. 'Cause I'm not a fucking fighting and killing. I just don't want to be like anti or too pro. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be like neutral. I was a soldier. I did what I was supposed to do.
Just be real.
And then I got out, and then, you know, okay. I was a specialist in the United States Army. I was in the military for 5 years. I was fortunate enough to go and come back from Iraq. I was over OIF 1 and OIF 2. God bless all our fallen soldiers. They're the real heroes. But people don't understand. Even the people that come home are still wounded. You know? And sometimes, to many, death is an easier option. Every day, 26 soldiers, veterans, take their own life. And you don't hear anything about that. You really don't. You hear about all this other mainstream nonsense. But there is a serious crisis going on for veterans, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of help. There's a lot of Band-Aids, like, oh, here, let's stick him in here and label him as that and put him in this program. Or, oh, here, let's shove this medicine down his throat and do this and do that for him. There's no actual rehabilitation or transforming a veteran who you sent to war to do these horrific acts of things to let him know that it's okay. And a lot of veterans have this question, and I always had this question, I still do. How come I have to come home and feel so terrible and sad and bad for what I did when these people are running around doing it on a daily basis without any care, concern, or repercussions? How come I have to feel so bad and play the victim and hate myself almost for it for a long period of time? And nobody could ever answer that question. It was always, oh, here, take this medicine. Or, oh, you don't understand. Oh, you weren't raised that way, this and that. And then I just stopped listening, and I stopped doing everything they pretty much tried to tell me. I met wonderful people throughout the way. There are plenty of people out there willing and try their hardest to help. But I believe that the best way that you could help somebody is to just listen and give your advice. Don't tell me what you read in a textbook somewhere that worked for Joe Schmo 100 years ago that has no idea what I'm going through right now. And I met this beautiful lady who was an intern at the VA. Her name was Neha. That's all I know of her. And as it goes with therapy, once their job is done, you lose contact. There's no personal relationship. It's nothing like that. So I don't even know where this poor lady is. But she told me a lot of wonderful things. And I sort of kind of stopped listening to what I was supposed to digest, and I just started finding my own things. And I believe that faith was a huge thing for me, to forgive myself and to let it be okay, and to understand that I do deserve nice things in life. Not even nice things, just to be nice to myself, to stop hating myself. I got suffered with survivor's guilt for a very long time, and I became an alcoholic. And then with that, you spiral down. Like, oh wow, what a piece of shit you are. Here you are with survivor's guilt. Boo-hoo, why am I still alive when everybody else is dead? And what are you doing in your life? You're getting drunk every fucking day, feeling sorry for yourself. How does that solve the problem? It doesn't. Right there, you're just a hypocrite now. You're so sad to be alive, you don't have the balls to kill yourself, so you're just going to drink yourself to, a coma? And be like, oh, poor me. No, so then, and for a long time I challenged God in life. I gave up on him, I'd curse him, especially in war. On a daily. I would belittle him even almost. And he never gave up on me. And then I came to the realization that I'm just a small little thing in his creation, and he has something for me to do. So I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I stopped the nonsense. I stopped the poor me and, oh, you don't understand. You don't know what I've been through, blah, 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 blah. And I think people get comfortable singing that song. And that's why, like, after a while, people, this is my own personal experience, people did give up on me because there was no change. It was the same sad story. So why would I want to try to help you if you're not even going to help yourself? And how much is somebody going to help you if you're not willing to change? And I also understand you can't make somebody change. They need to really do it for themselves. And the only thing that ever gave me that opportunity, that love and that privilege was God. And it doesn't have to be, it could be anything that you believe in as God. Like, I believe in God, but it doesn't have to happen. I'm just trying to tell people that there is another way. There doesn't need to be 26 veterans a day. There are people like Christina and Dr. Vibert that do care. Just take a complete stranger, no, not off the street or anything, but just the way she looked at me and talked to me. Logan.
Commercial. No. These are something else.
Oh, you gotta calm down, buddy.
Your dental health growing up. That's pretty much it. Just
Dental health growing up?
Yeah, just
Okay.
that type.
Yeah, I never had problems growing up. Okay.
Like, did you have
But
genetic?
the brown, remember you had the brown teeth?
That's from medicine. Yeah, I actually have a picture of it.
Wow.
You have to wait, I'll get you in 1 second, okay?
Oh, my mouth shut. But, here's another picture. I was taking his medicine and it made my bottom teeth turn all brown.
Oh yeah.
When I was born, when I was a kid, I don't
that's
know.
That's a real thing. But
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, I thought I was smiling.
Tetracycline.
I don't know what it
Cute
is.
kid.
Yeah.
Very cute.
That's funny.
But,
Tetracycline, it stains teeth.
yeah, it made all my bottom teeth all brown.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you have did your parents lose their
My
teeth?
dad has dentures, but he's like 20 years older than I am.
Right, but it's hereditary. It's genetic too.
Well, that's what I like to tell myself, and that's what the dentist said pretty much, that I have strong gums but very weak teeth. I don't know if that's true or not. But,
And what did being abroad do to your teeth?
honestly, when you're deployed, you really don't have any time for personal hygiene. You really don't, especially I was in a FOB, a forward observation base. There's no showers and stuff like that. Like, nowadays, the bases are beautiful over there. Like War Horse and Anaconda, they have Olympic-sized swimming pools. It's like a day in a park. But where I was in Baki by Iraq, FOB Gabe, we were pretty much in the middle of the hostile area, so there really wasn't showering. Like, we would heat our water by these aluminum tanks that we'd put on top of a building, and we just have water in a tank getting heated by the sun pouring out of a little spigot, and that's how we bathe and wash yourself. And there's no clean water, so I don't even know what we were brushing our teeth with when you have time to brush your teeth, you know? And sometimes you just use your finger. I'm not even, you know what I mean? Like, and that's cool and everything. It's okay. Like, that's what you're there to do. You're there to protect, you know, you're protected service. It's not, oh, I don't have a toothbrush, oh, poor me. No, it's okay. Like, you're not really worried about that. Like, when shit's really hitting the fan, you're not really worried about, oh no, my finger's broken or this or that. No, like, it's an amazing feeling. And I tell my buddies too, the ones that I do have, that sometimes I miss war. Like, war, once you get used to it, yeah, it's scary, it's this and that, it's your life, but it's only your life, and there's no other nonsense to really worry about. Like, it's not, oh, wow, I forgot to pay my bill. It's easier almost. And I'm not saying that to promote war or anything, and don't ever take my words like that. I'm just saying, as a child put in that situation, the best way to survive it is to think that way. You know, like...
And so when you got home, that was the whole thing. So you weren't able to brush your teeth. You weren't able to take care of your teeth while you were serving.
No.
And then you came home and you didn't have any help.
Yeah, none at all. I could speak for myself. I don't know about most veterans. I came home and I isolated. Like, when I first came home, I tried hanging out with my friends, and they didn't understand. I didn't understand them, and we all had a big falling out. I thought I came home. I just got back from war, so I don't know. I still don't talk to any of my friends, which is a shame. Some of them are still alive from high school, and I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's not right. All right.
So the growing up, there was really no trauma, I guess.
That's good. I think that's good coverage about, being on tour and stuff. I think that's fine.
So we covered about the program.
I would just talk a couple minutes about what to look forward to, preparing, what to expect.
Right. Are you nervous about the surgery?
No, not at all. Actually, Christina said, and Dr. Vibert said, oh, you're probably going to hate me for a couple days because they're going to have to take my teeth out and blah, blah, blah. And I explained to them, like, I'm not trying to be cool or tough, dude, but I'm really not too worried about it. Like, they took 14 of my teeth out when I'm just sitting there looking at them doing it, saying, here, keep this in for 2 weeks. They're like, oh, you Army people think you're so tough. I said, no, it has nothing even to do with that. Like, I'll embrace the pain. I can't wait. Like, the difference from me today to me next time when I have my teeth and I learn to love myself again, because that's what it comes down to, really. Like me being able to look in the mirror and be like, wow, that's somebody the mother would be proud of.
What else are you looking forward to?
Being able to take my children out, being able to smile and talk, not having to worry about my teeth falling out or sneezing in public. Like, I'll make sure when I sneeze I gotta bite my teeth. Like, it's just all around terrible. And I know, yeah, whatever, you're supposed to glue them in, and I don't know if you have dentures, but if you ever glued them in, try getting that glue off your gums. Like, just try doing that, please. Like, I stick them in, and I try to eat soft things when I do eat, just so I don't have to be bothered, because it all gets stuck in between the gums, and in here, and in there, and when you wake up in the morning, your teeth fall out of your mouth, so your bottom teeth just rub against your gums, and it's just a bloody sore mess. Like, it just is an inconvenience, and it's unnatural. Like, there's, like, an half of an inch of my roof of my mouth that I'm missing. Like, I'm missing that. I can't even feel the roof of my mouth.
You can't taste food.
I can't do anything. I have no desire to even eat or chew, or it gets hurt, and it's.
So you're looking forward to some good steak, huh?
I'm looking forward to be able to, and here, look, I have like 2 teeth that actually touch each other. So when I chew something, it's like 10,000 chews. Like, there's only 2 teeth that actually work. But like I said, that was an old sad story. Now it's just a whole amazing adventure.
Right.
Like, I can't believe that they chose me. Like, it's just amazing. And Christina is my angel, and Dr. Vibert is just a godsend. They both impacted my life in a way that no other person ever has, including my mother, because your mother is supposed to love you and supposed to care. Like, these were just 2 strangers and looked at me and just said, dude, just be quiet. I want to change your life. Let me help you. They were begging me when I should have been begging them. Now that is just amazing. And there's nothing special about me.
Well, there was, apparently. You gotta know that.
She said, Nick, just be quiet, because I talk a lot. No, I'm just very animated. She said, Nick, just be quiet. I'm like, no, please, I could do this, I could do that. Oh, I'm kind of handy, blah, blah, blah. Nick, just be quiet. Why can't you understand that some people see more in you than you see in yourself? And that will forever make my eyes water, and should just know that there's amazing people out there, that it's never worth giving up.
I'm personally so excited for you.
No, me too.
And, I cannot wait to come back and see you with that smile.
I still feel like something's gonna happen, and like boom, boom, like But like I said, even with the whole little diaper bag, she's like, I'm not a nurse or a doctor. You may pee or shit yourself, but I'm not cleaning it up. I was like, yeah, you're my lady. No, really, like.
It's awesome.
All right,
He is
let me
awesome.
cut right there.
Nice cut.
Put that